If you're thinking about moving to Austin, Texas, I have this great video ready for you. I'm interviewing Csilla Lyerly right now. She's in Austin. She's a fantastic agent, and she's going to tell us what are the top 3 reasons people move to Austin, Texas. Thank you, Csilla. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks, Peter. I appreciate you having me. I'm super excited to talk about Austin and the top 3 reasons a lot of people are moving to the area. There's definitely more than 3, but I'm going to try to hit the highlights of 3 that are the most important. So number 1 being jobs. Austin has a booming economy. Number 2 is the culture here in Austin. It's very fun and granola. And then number 3, everyone knows about the great music scene we have here. So those are the top 3 if I had to choose only 3.
Yes, of course. And the job market, that was the first one you mentioned. I like that one because, you have some big names and big companies, tech from California. So who's moving down there? What's going on with that?
So absolutely. It's no secret. We have Google here. We have Tesla. They just built a huge, their brand new plant off the tollway just opened up. They had a huge party to commemorate that. Canva is my understanding. They're bringing their headquarters here. Facebook is here. We're getting the tallest building I believe in the state. Don't quote me on exactly how tall it is. It's going to be, I believe, at 58 Red River. They're going to start building that one, I think, either later this year or early next year. So all of that's going on, all the construction and the trades and lots of tech and engineering, of course. Hollywood studios out east of Austin a little bit.
Oh, wow. That's a lot. Yeah.
A lot happening. It's exciting. A lot of people are moving here specifically for the jobs, and then they find themselves in a position where they need to find a house. So
right. And do you see people that are, what's your average age group? Like, do you see people that are younger, a little bit older, mixture of both?
Yeah, it's a good mixture of both. We have a lot of families, in their kind of more of middle ages. We also have a lot of young people. Sort of the tech industry obviously has a lot of the 20-somethings, 30-somethings, and they make great money working for these great companies. And, they're able to capitalize on this booming, beautiful city and get in while things are still on an upward trend for quite some time to come.
Right. No, that's awesome. And with clients, what are the, like, after they buy a house and you help them on the real estate side, of course, do you run across them? What do they normally see after living there for a couple months and, coming from a different state?
Yeah. So I'm from a different state too. I grew up in Florida, and everyone kind of consensus is they love living in Austin. They love the culture here. They love that their money goes further. They can buy a lot more house, as compared to California or perhaps in New York, some of these larger, higher price cities where you don't really have a backyard. Here you might spend $550,000, $600,000, but you'll have a backyard that your kids and your dog can play in. And
right.
In New York, you might not have that. And it's a different type of lifestyle. And if that's what people are looking for, they really take advantage of that. And we have all the parks, and Austin has a lot to offer.
And you touched on the music, right? So tell me what's the difference between Austin and Nashville?
Well, I love country music, but I think Nashville tends to be a little more country music scene. Austin, kind of have a lot of everything. There's a lot of bands that sort of make it here, and we have South by Southwest, Austin City Limits, and just all kinds of local random bands that play at different venues almost every night of the week. I think the only exception I've ever really heard of is like a Monday night, but if you're looking for live and literally find live music every night of the week of all genres.
That's pretty cool. And in regards to price points, you mentioned $500,000, 600,000. Can you find homes below that and above, or?
You can. The average price in the Austin proper area is about in the $550,000 range.
Mm-hmm.
There are some homes slightly in a lower price point in the mid 3s to 4s. A lot of those are going for multiple offers. That can be a conversation for another day. But you can buy a house in that price point, and then of course up from there. And I think, people are moving here, working for these great companies. They have great incomes, often dual incomes, and I have not really seen it be a problem for them to get into a beautiful home that they're very happy with.
Perfect. Yeah, and we have we have some people in California sitting and watching this right now, and they're moving from a much higher price market, right, where it's much more expensive to live in California or the other coast, New York, moving to Texas. I'm in the Woodlands in the Houston area and near in Austin, so both are really in high demand, right? But it's just good to talk because, again, if somebody comes across this video, hopefully it's helpful to them. Like, hey, maybe there are some additional things that I haven't really thought about and why they should move to Austin.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of really, really wonderful reasons. It's a great city. I mean, job security is one, which is really important, right? We need our jobs to pay our bills.
Right.
Who
We
doesn't?
need you working. Yeah, you want to buy a house, you want to get a mortgage. We need you working. You need to have a job. That's a good thing.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
And then my other favorite thing, and one of the reasons that a lot of people come here, is the culture. It's kind of being a very, very granola city. We have a lot of homegrown companies, a lot of startups, which kind of touches back to the job market. But you can go and do yoga in the park. You can do yoga on paddle boards. You can go kayaking. You can go swimming in the springs in the morning and go rowing before you start your day at work. And there's tons of hiking trails, mountain biking trails. There's all kinds of activities, not just for singles and couples, but also for families. We have wonderful activities during Christmas time, and just a lot of really cool things that bring people out. And Austin is a big city with a small town feel, which is what I've loved about it. I've been here for 22 years. I moved from Florida and I've never looked back. So it's been wonderful.
No, that's fantastic. And, I know you're always busy and running around taking care of clients. So thank you so much for taking the time and making this video with us. But if somebody wants to get a hold of you, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Easiest to reach by cell phone. Text is always great. We can quickly respond and we can set up a time to talk later. We can either link my phone number or I can rattle it off, 512-413-5101. Shoot me a text. I'm happy to talk to you about the local market, help you, fill in any gaps of information that, you may have, and just let me know how I can help you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Csilla, again. And thanks again. We'll see you in the next video.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, guys.